Listen, I appreciate everything that you've done for me. Heck, I wouldn't even have half the stuff I own without your help. But for crying out loud, my face is not a car show floor room! Oh, these things transform, do they? Well, I've had them for over a month and I barely see them do shit. They have an attitude problem? No, I'm sure that you're the one with the attitude problem. What was that? Say that to my face, you...
Hey, it's me, Narrative. This is a review on the Transformers Autobots United box set. And speaking of the box, here it is in all of its blandness. Yeah, I have no clue who's in charge for the box art for these type of packages, but I hate it. It's quite boring and stale, reminds me of the brown boxes that Bandai Figure Arts have. This isn't worth animating at all, so let's just throw it in the trash. Thankfully though, what's inside the forgettable packaging is far from being forgettable. You get 5 Autobots in the set: Jazz, Sunstreaker, Wheeljack, Trailbreaker, and Hound. These molds have already been released in one form or another, one from SS86, and a majority of these guys were released in either Siege or Earthrise. But these guys are improved or changed in one way or shape. The most evident change is the Toon-inspired colors, which I quite like, though I kinda wish that the blue windows were cel-shaded in a fashion similar to Devastation Optimus Prime. It's just that these baby blue windows look kind of pale without any contrast to them. Oh well, at the very least, none of these figures will suffer from clear plastic syndrome. As a group, these guys capture the essence of the standout Autobots from the first season of G1. And I'm glad that Hasbro did this box set, even if most people would only buy it for this mold of Hound. Speaking of which, Hound's robot mode looks great. His face does look a bit melted though, and this light green portion of the chest is a bit scuffed on my copy. Besides that, the decals on this guy are top notch. Jazz is a character I have a bit of history with. My very first Transformer was Jazz from the 2007 movie. Granted, I wanted Bumblebee, but over time, yeah, I realized that Jazz is a cool character. And this figure perfectly captures that. Just be aware that the blue paint on this figure and the red on the hood can get scratched up during the transformation process. Wheeljack looks, I think it's mostly because of this weirdly squashed proportions and the overly long gorilla arms that are throwing me off. It's mostly because I have the superior Cybertron Legacy mold, that's why I don't quite like this version of the character. Sunstreaker is good, though my favorite part about this guy is that his face has this smirking expression that really brings some personality to this guy. His legs are a bit hollow though, same for the other figures actually. Lastly, here is Trailbreaker, and I actually quite like this mold, mostly because it gives him a beer belly. Like it just adds a bit of flavor to this set of relatively built soldiers. He just breaks the mold, I suppose. And my favorite robot mode goes to... In terms of articulation, these guys are pretty solid. All of their heads are unimpeded. Their arms can rotate all the way around, though their elbows can only bend at about 90 degrees except for Trailbreaker that can go a bit beyond. Bicep rotation is possible for all of the figures. Wheeljack, Trailbreaker, and Hound have mushroom pegs on their wrists, allowing them to rotate, while Jazz and Sunstreaker have Narcissus wrists for their transformation joints. All figures can rotate their waists. 90-degree bend at their legs save for Jazz and Trailbreaker, both of which can bend past 90 if you use their transformation joints. Ankle movement is adequate for all of the figures. As for their accessories, all figures come with some form of armament that can plug into any of their respective ports. And lastly, this stupidly large instruction sheet for their transformations. Oh yeah, it's that time.
Autobots, start your engines!
Let's start off with Jazz. Rotate the arms to the side, fold the hands in, untab the stomach, fold up the tab. This should give you clearance to fold the head in, straighten the back, fold the stomach tab out, and this should form the hood of the car. Now for the backpack. Let the doors out and pull the back out. Rotate this gray portion to the back. Flip the intakes upward, collapse the legs, tab the legs together, and fold the toes in. Fold the arms in, turning the wheels out, tab the roof in, and you're done. For Hound, take his rocket launcher away. Oh, don't be a baby, you'll get that back later. Untab the arms from the chest, and move up the hood of the Jeep. Rotate the biceps inward and fold them into the chest cavity. Unfold the sides of the legs out and extend them. Tab the legs together, fold the elbows in, and move the legs to the front. Tab the sides into the hood, then fold out the toes. And you're done. Alright, plug the weapons back in for the little baby. For Sunstreaker, start at the back and turn the silver portion around. Rotate the waist backwards, collapse the legs upwards, tab the toes together, untab the chest, and fold it into the legs. Fold these tabs up and the hood up as well. Tuck the head into where the chest was, and rotate the upper portion backwards. Fold the hands in, shift the shoulders down, turn the arms around, and shift them inwards. Turn the biceps to the side and bend them in to form the back of the car. Wheeljack shares a ton of the transformation design from Sunstreaker, just a bit fiddlier. Turn him around and rotate the little wings in to form the spoiler. Rotate the biceps, then his hands. Drop the chest down and fold the head in. Rotate the top portion, fold his feet down, shift these legs up, and fold out the windshield. Tab the legs together to form the hood, shift the arms in, and tab them into the back. Tab his arms to the side, and you're done. Last but most certainly not least, Trailbreaker. First start with his backpack and neatly tuck away his armaments into it. Hinge the pack upwards and move the red hinge out, then fold it in again. This gives you clearance to fold the head in. Turn the arms and move it up. Move the arms forward. Untap the belly or hood of the car, and shift the arms down to the side and move the back of the car up. Tab the back into the sides and adjust the arms. Next, bend the legs along the transformation joint and tab them into the back of the car. Fold the arms in and tab in the front, and you're all done. Out of all these guys, I definitely had the most fun transforming Sunstreaker. I love the twisting component of his transformation, makes it rather interesting and fun, and kind of makes Wheeljack's transformation look like shit in comparison. Though my favorite car mode has got to go to my boy, Jazz. Jazz turns into a Martini Porsche 935 turbo racing car. No, I did not just look that up on Wikipedia. Alright, fine, I did. I'm not a car guy, okay? I just think it looks cool, with the intakes and the general shape and all of that. Sunstreaker turns into a custom Lamborghini Countach, because no car company would have the balls to put this much drip on a real car. Trailbreaker has one of the worst car modes of the package. He turns into a Toyota 4-wheel drive Hilux camper truck. The truck mode is fine, it fits his personality, it's just that the car mode has way too much junk in the trunk, or in this case, the undercarriage. Wheeljack is a Lancia Stratos. I actually like the sharp shape of this vehicle mode. It's just that with the color scheme and removal of some of the stickers from the original mold, it feels like his personality was sucked out, making it really boring to look at. Oh well, I still have the Cybertron version. Lastly, Hound turns into a Jeep. It's relatively fine, but the arms really stick out. Overall, these guys are great. Even if they keep messing with me, I see you back there. This set is a great choice if you want a quick and easy set of characters for a G1 collection. Heck, if you have these guys in some mold or another, I still say that it's a must-have set, since the set contains the best molds of these characters save for Wheeljack, who I believe has a stronger Cybertron form, or even the original Earthrise form. Anyways, that's all from me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.